Everyone. How are we doing today? So, I think this whole week's going to be choppy, frankly, negative. I am holding out hope that the federal government comes out with a meaningful program that really relieves the stress of their citizens. Right. Um, right now, there are people rightly fearful for how they're going to pay their bills. And as I said way back, way back, way back Thursday, like 5 days ago, way back. It's funny how time flies. The federal government owns the power, has the absolute ability and authority to do it. It's now Tuesday and we have nothing. If we get to Wednesday morning, 24 hours from now, and they haven't approved something and waiting to get signatures, we have a problem. It's getting that bad. And I have no faith that they'll do it. They hate each other more than they like the American citizens. It's the only thing I can think of. And that's tragic. Um, I will do that. Let me take that. So why don't we talk about this? I only have a couple of topics today. So I was hoping to open it up for questions. I'll take that question first about future home prices, but let me get through the two topics first and then we'll see what kind of questions you guys have. So first and foremost is I've been talking about L's and W's. We've seen a couple of W's come up on the board, but they're just being washed by all the losses. And the losses are going to continue. I told you this week could be that capitulation week. Yesterday was fearful. I don't know that was true capitulation yet. We'll wait for Friday. I think it's quadruple witching day, which is a stock market term where options come due. So that could be interesting. Man, that could be interesting. So we'll see what happens there. But I am waiting for the federal government to put something in front of our president so he can sign, so money shows up in the consumers' pockets. We could have 30% of people not working, right? Not getting a check, even if it's for 2 months. That's unacceptable. Just flat out unacceptable. Get off your butt. Do something to help people. It's I don't know. I have every faith they're going to do something, but the fact it's not done already is not okay. So that's enough on that. The thing that I am watching today is they keep talking about bank liquidity being bad or illiquid. I don't know what that I have a sneaky suspicion something is going on that you and I aren't seeing. Right, because didn't the Fed pump in roughly $1.5 trillion, basically short-term money? I think it was 30-year debt just last week. Then they come in on Sunday and talk about 700 billion, and oh, by the way, going direct. And they've taken rates to zero. Why are banks not more liquid? What is going on? Where's all the cash going? I'm going to be trying to figure this out. I think that given all the other stories, the stock market 3,000 point drop, I think that's all theater that you and I get distracted by. We have to go look at the bank liquidity problem and we have to figure out what that means. All this other stuff that goes up, it goes down. It's not fun, but if you don't sell, right? Yeah, you long-term view, it'll be back, big deal. This liquidity problem over here, that's going to be interesting. So that's the thing that I'm looking at. So again, let's all hope, pray, whatever you do, that the federal government comes out with a plan to take care of the American people. They're going to do it. I fully expect they're going to do it. That'll be a big W on the board. That won't be hard to wash out. That will be confidence building, I am sure. It will be one of many things that come out in the next 3 to 4 weeks, but we need that one yesterday. So let's get that done. So now I want to take questions from you. All right, if you're watching this, looks like 9 people right now. I will take questions. I will do my best to answer them as they come in, write them down. So the first question is, what do I think this means for housing? Long term. So let's put some barriers on this so we can talk. So first off, I'm going to talk about single family homes. Let's take duplexes and quads and multifamily out of this, just so we can have a discussion. I think what's going to happen kind of in the next 90 days is transaction volume is going to collapse. I think listings are going to collapse. I think closings are going to collapse. So the only things that will be getting done, if anything, are motivated sellers. So historically speaking, motivated sellers are willing to accept lower prices. So I think statistically speaking, because all these average prices are done on closed transactions, we are going to see a fall in real estate prices. I think it is going to be abnormal. I think it is going to be with with lower transaction volume. So I don't think it will be meaningful. I think the majority of the country a year from now is at where they're at or higher. I wouldn't be selling a primary home today if that was something I was thinking about, if I could hold till next year. I do think residential single family homes in most of the markets a year from now are where they are or higher. Maybe not substantially higher, but higher. So I don't have a great fear for single family homes. Notice I said most of the markets. I am very afraid for, I am very afraid for the market I live in, Santa Clara County, right, called the Bay Area, Orange County, Manhattan. There are some flat out unaffordable markets. And if you watch what I put out, if you read our book, One Rental at a Time, I talk about affordability index being one of those canary in the coal mines that are a problem. So there are some flat out unaffordable markets even before this happened. The market I know best in that list is the Bay Area. I think the Bay Area is in for a 10 or 15% fall. I think the stock market money that it takes to buy stupid 60-year-old homes for over $1 million is gone, and not going to have as many buyers. The people that don't have to sell won't, so they'll keep, and the Bay Area is going to fall. So the high-priced, unaffordable markets are falling 10, 15, maybe 20%. Most of the country, 92%, fine. You're not, just look at your affordability index and that will be for me. So if your affordability index is 18 or below, I think you're in trouble. Last time I checked, San Francisco's 9. San Jose, which is technically the metro I'm in, was 11. So that's what I mean, and that's how I use the affordability index. Just for heaven's sakes, Fresno, where I invest, is 42, so it's safe. So I expect Fresno to be higher in a year than it is today. Another comment or thought bubble I saw here was somebody commenting about Oakland shutting down. Yeah, I'm in Santa Clara County. As of midnight, I guess today, it's midnight today? Yeah, midnight's today. Yesterday? Whatever. We are shut down. All 7 counties in the Bay Area have been put on a 3-week lockdown. I think they should have sold that better, called it a vacation or something. These people that are using these terms don't know marketing. So, we're on lockdown. So you're only supposed to leave to go to the grocery store, to go to the hospital. You can exercise outside. So I did check that, like ride your bike, run, but you have to practice social distancing, 6 feet, all that stuff. You can walk your dogs, but by yourself. It's 3 weeks. We're going to see how the Bay Area does. So that's interesting. And I think this is coming to the entire state of California and others. What else do we have? Okay, that's a good question, Joey. So I don't expect anybody to have forgiveness. So first off, I fully expect the federal government. The big thing I'm expecting from the federal government is for them to send out checks to every adult, like Hong Kong did. Hong Kong sent out $1,500 to every adult. I fully expect the federal government to get off their butt and send checks to everyone, which will cover water, food, and shelter. It's not going to be your income. They're not going to do that, but they will make sure you can cover water, food, and income. Because we have 30 to 40% of the working population that is essentially being told to stay home. And if they don't work, they don't get paid. So the federal government's got to get off their ass. Just got to. And give us some good news. Because right now, people are freaking out. And when people freak out, they don't make rash decisions. So I expect rent payments to come in. They'll be choppy, but they'll come in. Now to what Italy did is where I think this question from. Italy actually delayed payments. They didn't forgive payments. So I don't mean to be hard on that word, but it does mean something. Banks aren't going to forgive debt. They could potentially delay. Apple Card is already delayed debt. Apple Card came out and said your April 1st payment, don't have to make it. No harm, no foul. Pay it in May. Others could do that. So again, I don't think any forgiveness is going on, but I do believe if this goes on long enough, that there will be fully blessed federal programs that say, you know what, we're done. No mortgages, June and July. I'm just picking months at this point, but I don't think we're there yet. I think if the federal government gets off their butt, takes care of this, so rent checks get paid, then mortgages could get paid. So that's how I think that happens. What other questions do you guys have? Any other questions? I'm going to wait a few seconds and see if anything comes. We got 25 people on right now, so I'm sure you guys have more questions. What you got? Anything? Bueller? All right. That's okay. I'm actually thinking about putting out a time next week, maybe later this week, just to do a full question session. So I'll put something out there. Again, what I'm looking at this week, hopefully today, the federal government gets off their butt and declares Families First program gets approved so everybody feels better. We do not want to feel cash strapped. The average American can't cover a $400 emergency, and boy, we are about to have some emergencies. So they need to do their job. I am very curious and a little peculiar about bank liquidity. That's something I got to go figure out, because the fact that they're still saying they're not liquid is not a good thing. For those that ask questions, thank you very much. Keep them going. If you want to be a part of subscriber questions, leave comments below. Do me a favor. I'm putting out a ton of content these days. Hit subscribe, but more importantly, share this with your friends. Let's get this channel growing. It's over 5,000 now, but we're only growing at 6, 7, 8 subscribers a day. I'd love to see 20, 30, 40 a day. So thank you very much for your time. Have a wonderful day, and I'm sure we'll talk again. Take care. Bye.